enter my world, watch your clothes, and when I'm through, why not have it go? Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world, watch your clothes, and when I'm through, why not have it go? We paint miniatures. We paint miniatures. We paint miniatures. Turn on, tune in, hear all I say. Watch real closely, enjoy your stay. You'll see me painting from up above, and if you like it, give it mad love. Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world, watch your clothes, and when I'm through, why not have it go? Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world, watch your clothes, and when I'm through, why not have it go? We paint miniatures. 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 We paint miniatures.
Hey guys, we are live. It's Shoshie from Shoshie's Minis, and welcome. Hey, Proto Maker. So far, you're the only one to show up because I did not promote my stream like I should have. This morning, I got up at exactly 1:30, which is an hour before I had to stream, and I was like, put my mic on. Yeah, that would help. How about that? How about that? Welcome. So today I'm going to be painting some old school Eldar. We've been painting this before. I've got a Warlock today. I will show you guys. Check it out. Woohoo, Warlock. And I'm going to show you some of the other minis that I've been painting. There's old Eldrad. Look at him. I did work on adding this like light brown, and that really helped there. Now you can hear me. That's good. I added this light brown, and that seemed to help a lot. There was just too much yellow. And then I've been painting these guys, these Farseers, I think they're called. Yay! Thank you for the hype. Proto Maker, so far you're the only one in chat, and I really appreciate you being here with me because I've not had this happen before in a long time. In a long, long time. So I should probably maybe make a post on social media saying that I'm actually streaming today. Meg, yay! Thank you so much for the yay hype for Meg Paints minis. 7 months, and I'm so glad that you're here. And Luminous is here. You just haven't said anything. And like Neon Light, yay! Kriegerbot. All right, I'm happy. Everybody's here. Mad love. All right, hype for Megs. There we go. All right, I'm excited. All right, let's paint. Let's actually look at my color scheme that I've got. So I've decided that the Eldar bone armor, whatever they call it, is like an aged yellow. I went with that. It's funny because this is actually sort of like almost like a Sons of Horus color scheme, because I'm using the bright pinks and turquoises and yellows. But I'm digging it. I'm liking it. I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to try to attempt to do some GDQ is on and 140K watching. Awesome. Yeah. Oh yeah, no kidding, right? What's GDQ? GDQ. Yeah, you're gonna have to tell me. Some of my regulars are over there probably. Mama and the Papa. Love the contrast. Yeah. So what, yeah, I don't know what GDQ is. So we've got turquoise pinks, blues, yellows, lots of contrast. This sword I'm pretty happy with. This guy, I started him painting his sword last night. Enduro Joe, more paints. 5 months, awesome. Game's done quick, I've never heard of that. How cool is that? Game's done quick. Let's give some hype to Enduro Joe. There we go. Ooh, it didn't work because I did it caps. Wait, there we go. Caps lock. Oop, I didn't spell it right this time. Oh my goodness. There. Hype for Enduro Joe. They're more likely in Flick Stream. That's very likely, and that's totally cool. Flick is my boy. All right, let's see. I'm gonna mimic this Farseer's weapon. I've been realizing I've been really slacking on the weapons. So before I go on to this awesome Warlock, I'm gonna finish this Farseer's weapon and this Farseer's weapon. And it's good because weapons are really tricky for people. I know for me. Yay, Nix to Minis, how are you? Your Eldar are some of the only minis you're really proud of, still up to not to this level. You know, I'm really like impressed with anybody who can paint Eldar, because I have to admit that these have been very challenging for me. There's so many doodads and bells and whistles on them, and they've got gems, which I'm always finding more and more gems, right? Because they're everywhere and it's so easy to miss one. There we go, gem. I'm still not sure what color all my gems are supposed to be. Some of them have been pink, some of them have been turquoise. They've been kind of everywhere. There we go, all those gems. And I'm not painting, I've already explained, I'm not painting this to super high end. However, I have to admit, it's very tricky and difficult for me to be very happy with this result, because I'm so used to painting things to a higher end, and just letting it go and be you know, so is just not working for me. It's not working. Glasses are off right now, so if you want to get my attention, but at Shoshie's Minis, I see a couple at Shoshie's Minis in there already. Outside my normal comfort zone. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I've not painted. I don't have a, you know how you develop sort of a, I don't know what the word is, like a shtick. You develop a shtick for painting a certain kind of mini, right? And then, oh, you know what? I keep finding more gems unpainted. This gem right here is my all-time favorite right there. that came out the best. Eldrad. Pretty happy with him. But yeah, painting something tabletop, and I guess this would be maybe high tabletop because it's not just a wash and a soak, you know. I find that purple is a really, really nice shade color on that yellow. All right, and all right, let's go back. So notice I keep picking up different minis and futzing with them, and that's, again, that makes it hard to get something done. Because if you keep picking it up and finding something else, at some point you're just going to have to be finished, not perfect. Finished, not perfect. You guys know I don't know if I'm good at using my own motto. You'll have to help me stick to that a little better. I like this. This is brown. What brown is this? This is Game Color Heavy Brown. It's a real nice, saturated tan kind of color. I like it. Meg says, my boyfriend plays Eldar and they're beautiful sculpts. Paint to get stuff done. Exactly. Yes. I have a million, like part of the reason why I wanted to paint these was because they've been sitting in my, you know, shelf of stuff to do for a really long time. And I'm like, you know, these would be really fun. And I just want to get them done. Plus I have all those new Eldar to paint. So why don't I use these old Eldar? Because if I hate them, I can strip them. Whereas the plastic models, you can't strip those as easily, right? So that way, and I'm not a fan of stripping. I don't usually ever strip things. So that's unusual for me to say that. Okay, so that's the other thing. Have several models going at once. That sometimes helps you. Oh, I just noticed so maybe it's not always good to have several models going on at once because I can never finish anything. I'm going to put some Moonray Flesh on my palette and then a little bit of sort of like a peachy color, and then I'm going to put this awesome off-white on my palette. Game Color covers so nice. Meanwhile, you have 13 anime kits and like 60 minis worked. I know, right? I know. I feel your pain. I know exactly what you mean. It's so hard. And that's why sometimes you just have to paint it and move on. Don't try to get it perfect. And maybe that's, you guys being here is going to help me do that a little bit. I want some contrast on here. I want a little brightness. All these little bumps and doodads the Eldar have. That looks much better, much better. Okay, flip it. Okay. Oh, there's this meme thing going around, hashtag or whatever, online, and it's talking about, you know, people's brush strokes, and I'm over here laughing. I'm like, what? I'm the queen of brush strokes. There's brush strokes in every single one of my paint jobs, so I find it kind of hilarious that these painters who are obviously, they never have brush strokes in their stuff. They're posting these pictures, still don't have brush strokes. And it's almost kind of like, it's kind of shady. It's kind of like they're showing off, look at my brush strokes. I don't really have any. It's not like they're really doing that, but I don't know if they realize that's how it's coming off to me. It's kind of funny. You should see the brush strokes in this. There's a million. Nothing on my stuff is smooth. And that is what I call hashtag painterly. That's what we should start. We should start a new hashtag. Hashtag painterly. Hashtag never been smooth. Haha, LOL. I'm sorry, I'm snarky today, a little snarky. Yeah, somebody did a close-up. Brushstroke challenge is why they're all posting. Yep. Yeah, that's exactly my style, exactly. Which is why I find it so funny that all these other people who don't have brushstrokes are posting their pictures of their non-brushstroke minis. It's like, you guys missed the point. And especially in the U.S., the general style and consensus is that if you are able to see brushstrokes, that you're doing it wrong. I was actually told that in a contest once. I won't say what contest, but I was told that if you can see brushstrokes, you're doing it wrong. And I get it. It's a competition, you know. But at the same time, I mean, like you said, it's my style, and people should take style into account. I'm being very snarky right now. I just woke up like an hour ago. Actually, it wasn't started by Angel Giraldes. Angel Giraldes uses an airbrush, and he is the painter for Infinity, and he's fantastic at smooth stuff. So yeah, that's funny. I just realized I got some of this lighter brown up here, and I didn't like it, so I got to paint over it. You know what I'm noticing? Is the light a little bright for you guys? Maybe I should tone that down just a smidge. Is it a little bright? I think it's a little bright. Hold on one second. Let me try this. I'm going to go adjust. Guillotinus. Oh, Flickster. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for rating. Yay. Mad love. Mad love. Let's do high for Flickster. Hype and shout out. Did it work? Yep, go give Flickster a follow. Flickster. I was just about to go away and go adjust the lighting on this. We're painting Old School Eldar. Look at this. Looky, looky, looky. Meow, 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 meow. Yay, thank you so much for the raid, Flickster. We had a little bit of a quiet start. Shout out Mike Disney. Are you in the house, Mike Disney? He is, yay. Awesome. Be right back, guys. I'm going to go adjust the light. It seems like you're losing a little bit of color here because it's getting washed out just a tiny bit. I'll be right back. I'm going to check my lighting. I'm back. Hey, Headfirst Pasty. Headfirst Pasty? How are you? I'm good. I think I got the color better. Now that's a lot less washed out. Look at that. Yes. Much better. Pew, pew, pew. Need to get a smaller wet palette. This wet palette is really perfect for me. Look at how big this is. This is the Everlasting Wet Palette. And Lamunas, if you want to buy one from me, I've got 3 left. But you can always get one from Redgrass Games as well. Tonight's Shoshie spiral shrank in the wash. My spiral, I did. It's a little bitty. It shrank in the wash. All right, we're gonna paint. We've been working on the weapons You'll buy one from me. You have the studio extra large size. Awesome. Yeah, just message me, hit me up. Speaking of extra large palette and all the stuff, remember guys how I talked about, I don't know if some of you were here, some of you weren't, but I'm doing this massive secret giveaway. It's secret right now, but I'm gonna announce it later. Hold on, I gotta do this for the face. I am really like less than 100 people away from 15,000 followers on Facebook. So if you have not followed me on Facebook, you want to help me get to that major goal, I'm doing this massive giveaway. So far I've only talked about it on Twitch a little bit, so only you guys know about it. So spread the word, gossip. I have last year's VIG bag from Adepticon. I have the Guild Ball board game box set. I have a extra large wet palette from Everlasting Wet Palette, Redgrass Games. I have so much stuff in this giveaway. It's gonna be huge because 15,000, right? 15,000. You wanna help me, right? So tell people, follow, help me. Yes. Oh, thank you so much. Yes. Awesome. Yeah, it's gonna be mega. So do you remember how Triptych did the Gleam IO giveaway? So that's what I'm gonna do as well. So that way, you know, whether you follow me on Facebook or not, you can still enter because it's not just a Facebook giveaway, because I also recently hit 10,000 followers on Instagram. I haven't done anything for that yet. So I thought I could do it all at once. I think we're getting real close to 4,000 over here on Twitch, which is fantastic. You guys, I love you. All right, let's go back to painting. That's what we're here. Yeah, no, like Neon Light, you don't have to be a Facebook follower. You could be a Twitch follower. You're obviously following me on Twitch. So you just get more entries the more of my profiles you follow. So like YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, every one of those you will get an entry. So you get an automatic entry if, well, you have to sign up for it obviously, but I'm going to use that Gleam IO. So everybody makes 100 fake accounts to support Shoshie. You do not need to do that, but thank you. No, actually don't make fake accounts. Please don't make fake accounts. I actually had some haters. I have haters. You would not believe it, but I have haters. And they gossiped that I buy my Facebook likes, which you can't do. I mean, I think maybe in the beginning you might have been able to do that, but everybody would be from like Taiwan or some country. It would be obvious. And it's obvious that the people who follow me on Facebook follow me because they want to follow me. But I do pay for boosting, which is just paying for Facebook advertising. So it's just because you will not get seen on Facebook if you don't boost your posts. It's just the way the algorithm works. And so, yeah, my haters just don't understand how Facebook works. Oh, I know, I have a Broncos shirt, right? Everybody, I mean, well, Patriot fans can hate me because I, likewise. Just kidding, Patriot fans. Not really, but yes. Okay, back to painting. Oh my gosh. Haters gonna hate. Exactly. I figure, you know what's funny? That the wisest person who helped me, boo Patriots, the wisest person who helped me kind of get past, because not only were these haters making up stuff about me, but they also, I really knew, I knew them. They were people who I thought were my friends. And it was like, oh man, that was a kick in the teeth. It was hard to take, to find out that people who you thought were your friends were talking about you. It was not cool. Not a good feeling. Raiders fans, you know what? I don't mind Raiders fans because Raiders fans generally tend to hate the Patriots as much as I do. So I will go ahead. Like I've always said, I will not boo your team if you don't boo the Broncos and you also help me boo the Patriots. Yes, that's so funny. Running back and forth, babysitting 2 of your granddaughters. Awesome, Steve. That sounds like a good time. Yeah, well, the people who were hating did not understand why I have a huge Facebook following. And it's really simply, I know how to market my work and get seen. And you have to play by the platform's rules. And the platform says, you know, you're not going to get seen if you don't pay us, because we're not out here for free advertising your little Facebook page. So that's how I did it, and it was completely legit. And people also happen to like my content, which is awesome. Total bonus. So yeah, that's how it all happened, and it's all because of you guys. All right, I'm gonna try to paint this gem. A little bit of a, I'm not very good at gems, I have to admit. Like I make them up. I'm not a gem aficionado. It's and usually I can't even paint gems unless I'm looking at somebody else's painting of them, and I'm not shy to admit that I have to look at somebody else's gem. And I know that there's other guys out there who just can, you know, paint a gem on the fly without even thinking about it. I am not that person. Gem. All right, well, you know what? I think I need to move on because I get frustrated with this Eldar. It's just never gonna finish. Paint base coats. Thank you for the follow. Oh my gosh, who is it? Yay. Or Crisscross. Oh, I like that name. Or Crisscross Zero. How are you? Thank you for the follow. Welcome. We don't always paint Eldar. We paint a little bit of everything on this channel. So I know that Warhammer is ultra super popular on, still feels washed out. There we go, right there. That's the sweet spot for focus. Did I find the wings? I did not. Amberden, I will let you guys know, trust me. I will announce it, it will be the first thing. I need to do a cleanup, and that's just something that is a difficult thing in this world over here. Cleanup is, I have to have my assistant over because I have just enough adult ADHD, undiagnosed, that I can't get stuff done unless I've got somebody sitting on me. That kind of cleaning organizational work. All right, I'm painting all of this part that is supposed to be gold, which is going to be gold enough. I really don't know what happened to them. It's just really weird that they just kind of disappeared in my studio. They're probably under something or in something, which is going to make things difficult. All right, my goal is to get this guy all painted so that I can move on and work on this awesome warlock that I have ready. Look at him. So my thing is that this is what always happens with gaming minis, when I'm painting any kind of army, which is another reason why I don't often paint armies, is what will happen is I will perfect my routine with a given scheme, and the first few minis will be crap, and then the last few minis will be awesome, and then I'll want to go back and paint the other stuff over again. I know that you guys have been through this. Everybody goes through this. You're a ninja, Flick. Chat, can you see me? I can see you, Flick. Did I missed Flick's talking to me, didn't I? Hold on, let me scroll up. I'm so sorry. Mikey D, how are you? Mike Disney. Does Shoshie say hi? You were not ignored at all. I did all kinds of massive like thank yous, and I hyped you, and I did a shout out, and somebody isn't paying attention. Oh my gosh. We were talking about the Patriots though. You are not a vampire. Oh my gosh. Flick is being dramatic. I'm going to give you some, this is so, Flick knows that I'm talking to him. This is just for you, Flick. There we go. Oh my God. You stayed up till 5 a.m. watching NFL. Woo, 5 a.m. So that would be, oh, okay. So that's like, let's see, 5 a.m. would be midnight our time? Maybe 10, 11 o'clock our time? Sounds okay, sounds legit. All right, so this sword over here, I'm not really sure about. Let's take a look at the different. I need to look at, I see this is the thing where I need to look at somebody else's warlock, see what they did. Because it has a flat spot. Oh. So irritating. They've got different colors of metal, which look really great, of course. You know, that's what I should just do. Except for I've been doing non-metallic metal, which I'm not a fan of. Let's do this. We'll paint this whole thing with the ivory. And we'll make it into a power sword thing, I guess. I don't know. Do they make these into power swords? It's got a little electric thing on it, so I'm guessing it does. You guys are gonna have to school me about Eldar. Something else I wanted to ask you. I wanted to ask you guys for advice on something. Oh, check this out. So you know how I have my flower witch, not my flower witch, my funeral witch. Hold on, I will show you guys. Remember this funeral witch we worked on? Remember her? So I want to show you. I've got this for the background. I'm going to put this tree, it's going to be like this. And then it's going to hold up the moon. Remember the moon? And then she's going to sit up here like that with the moon behind her. And then I was thinking, is this too much? If I add, I've got these that I could put on the back here to hide how boring these are. I want your opinion. You see that? What do you think? I like it. These I got, these are like jewelry findings or something. I'm not exactly sure what they are, but I think they're beautiful and they kind of go with the model. And so that would go on the back, and then I could paint that to be all cool looking, maybe. That's just an idea. I thought I would run by my stream so they could get ideas if you think that's a good idea or not. Hang on, I'm gonna check chat and see what you say. You like it? Put them on. Pretty, do it. Eyes draw the leaves. Yeah, that's good. Do it. Adding them like you did turns it into a picture frame. Yeah. It's a shame you don't have, I know, right? Exactly. Yeah, I wish they were, they're, unfortunately, whoops. See, I'm dropping things. They're the exact same side. I don't have a left side and a right side, so I'd have to flip it. But it would be perfect if they were both like this, right? Then it wouldn't look good though if I did it backward. So this would work. I like the picture frame idea. Yeah, it's back. It's perfect in time. Oh, you got the the dropped. Yep. I'm always dropping things. Good. So yeah, I need to finish a lot of models this year. There's a lot of models that are like the trees. Good question. I don't know yet. It's just, it all depends on You know, when I get everything glued together, and I might airbrush it and see what it looks like just dark. It might be just a silhouette. Yeah. All right, I'm so glad that he's done. He's the only thing that's done. Oops, I just realized he's not done. There's this little spot right here that I need to finish. Isn't that interesting? There we go. Now he's done. A little bit of yellow on him. Perfect. Done enough. Stop. Hey, LA Crasher, how's it going? It is not for Adepticon. I don't think it's for Adepticon. I don't think it's going to be finished in time or good enough for Adepticon. I think it's just going to be personal. You know, we'll see. I always say stuff like that about my work, and then I end up taking it, and, you know, we'll see. At this point, it just needs to get done, period. Not for any particular, you know, contest or anything. Sometimes I lose interest in things, like, you know, and I come back to them and I'm like, I really don't ever want to work on this again. And sometimes I'm able to finish something even if it is been sitting in my studio forever. It's rare. It's really rare. Like that Confederate guy that I started painting in Julio Cabos' class. That was a mini that I didn't think I was ever going to finish painting. And I did, and I really like it. And I actually will take that to Adepticon because I'm pretty happy with how it came out. And it looks really beautiful on the base. So, and I've never entered historical in any of the categories, you know, before. So that will be a new thing for me to try. All right, good, good, good. It's beautiful. You've just thought about restrictions for entries regarding manufactured items. I haven't read through the rules in a long time. Jessica Rich uses manufactured items all the time in her stuff. I'll have to look at the rules. I'll have to look because they change every freaking year. Every year they do something new. And so you have to read the rules every year. Sometimes it's size. Sometimes it's, who knows? Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look. This is Negro Gray. And I'm using it instead of black because I need to put a dark color on this right here. Yeah, that looks good. I didn't want to use black though. You just never know what they're going to change. So it is good to always read the rules, even if you know, entered before, right? A lot of contests are very picky about having some of, like, for instance, Adepticon, you may not enter anything that has ever been in a previous contest, I think. Even if it's not one, I could be wrong. Again, you got to read the rules. But I think even if it has to be like brand new painted just for Adepticon. So what happens is a lot of these painters, they'll start with Adepticon, and that will be the first time they enter it, and then they'll just tote it around to all the European shows and the rest of the shows and see where they can win with it there after they've already won at Adepticon or whatever. Now, I entered a piece at Gen Con that the monk, and it had placed, it did not win anything. And then it won at Gen Con, and I had somebody on my Facebook who I actually turned out to be really good friends with mention that they thought that I shouldn't have been entering it because it had already placed, even though it didn't win anything. Now, in Adepticon, placing just means you get online. It doesn't mean anything beyond that. because you can't actually win anything just by getting online. You have to be voted on by the people to win at Adepticon, and I did not get enough votes to win anything, so I don't know. I'm not a fan of competitions or the problems that it can cause. I wish that we could just do an art show. That would be awesome. Because I would like to show off my work without having to worry about competing with somebody. Describe yourself in one word. Does not follow the rules. Oops. Haha, I love that, Zav. That's amazing. Oops. Does not follow the rules. Does not like rules. It's so funny. I love it. So this tan actually makes a better shade color than that wash that I was using before. So now that all the rest of the things are going to look different because I'm using this tan instead, but it looks a million times better. There we go. All right, back to this yellow is the yellow that I've been using, pale yellow by Game Color. And it is indeed a nice pale yellow. You know what's funny is I'm actually able to paint better when I'm tired because I just don't care as much. I'm just like, do it, paint it, done. All right. Paint over that gem. Now, with gems, this is what I was taught. This is what I learned. Paint the whole thing a shiny black. Flip it, flip it, flip it. Paint all these a shiny black too. Unfortunately, I squeezed out a bunch of medium with the rest of this black, so I don't think my pigment density is as good as it could be. By the way, guys, did you see that Scale 75 is getting Artist Tube acrylics under their line, which I'm really excited about. I know so many people are coming out with new paint lines, and that is a secret I've actually been holding on to since Hulu Cops. I've known about it since then, and I wanted to tell you, but I couldn't because I wasn't supposed to tell anybody. And now they finally announced it, sort of. They did a bunch of question marks, and then they showed a video of it. Black leather. It is such a nice color. I love that color. Oh, why is my bot showing the Elzbieta? That's okay. All right, let's see. I think I need that yellow shadow now. I've got, this is the yellow Scrofulous brown. Scrofulous brown. You guys see that? Scrofulous. Which is funny because I don't really see this as a brown. It's more of a goldenrod color. There we go. All right, now holding my breath. Oh, all the little tassels I've been painting pink. So this is the pink I've been using. It's Warlord Purple. Again, they're using colors. It's like, this is not a brown, this is not a purple. Goldenrod and magenta, basically. And you want to put that on my palette. So what are you using black leather on in Lamunas? What are you painting? Right? Are you working on the Elzabeta bust? Here's that tassel. I didn't realize that was a tassel until I just painted it. And then up here, there's a tassel. Good, good. And now I'm gonna go use the off-white to do my little minuscule edge highlighting. I'm attempting edge highlighting, it's not really. Oh, we got a new follower. Thank you so much. Major Mantequilla. Is that how I say it? Quilla? Quilla? Shadow color on horns from the Kyra bust. Awesome. Kira bust. Kira. Major Mantequilla. Awesome. Thank you so much. Welcome. Let's do some hype from Major. I appreciate the follow. Woohoo! And I need white on my palette. I don't have any white. That's my final highlight that I use for the big blingy contrasts. So all those little dots get a dot of white. Makes a big difference. Can you guys see that? There we go. That's so much better. I think this particular figure I'm the least happy with. I'm just gonna live with it though. I'm painting white on the opposites sides of this, and then I'm going to use this turquoise to paint. I don't know if this is going to work. We're going to pray. And now we get in here and we glaze it out. Yeah, thin it. Not working as well as I want. I'm gonna use the off-white again down here. That's better. Okay, we're getting something. Okay. Oh, I'm actually almost happy with that. Gosh. Did not expect that to turn out as fast and as good as it did. Wow. When you're impressed with your own dang self. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Hold on. Negro Gray on the palette, shake it out. This is gonna be the darkest. I'm gonna mix this in with the, watch me be able to do one side and not the other. Let's try this down here. Ooh, that looks good. And then at the top. Smooth it, smooth it. It's, yes. Oh my gosh. Sometimes these paints don't want to glaze. And that's when I get really frustrated and heaved off. Okay, okay. Done enough. Done enough. Get this dang gem. Oh, thank you for the follow. Head first, Pasty. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Welcome. You know, we got you over here from Flick's channel, and you decided to stay, which makes me extra happy. It's awesome. Let's, yes, definitely do some hype for you. Woohoo! I'm really digging this. Okay, now this is the tricky part, where I go with the white and I edge highlight everything, which is not easy. Okay, because I don't have a thin little tiny brush either. First paint the edges of the blade, because that's where that little reflection, right, would be. Same thing on the side. And yeah, it's like now I don't want to paint the rest of the mini. There's a little turquoise. And a little bit of off-white. All right, I'm almost done with this. Oh, I'm happy with that. Dang. I did not expect this. All right, what happens when I put a little bit of turquoise on the gem? That's good enough. Give me 1 second, I'll check chat. You guys are awesome. Keeping me motivated. I did end up pinning this this weapon on because he was not staying. There we go. Oh my gosh, I'm really happy with that. Who would have thought? All right, let's look at chat. Can I post links since I'm subbed? You can't. Yeah, we just have it. Only mods can post links, which just always have had it like that. But you can send it to Artie Wolf, and he can post it for you. Definitely. Anyone can. That's the thing is you can post links, but we just have to. People have to. It doesn't matter who you are. Have to ask for permission to do it. And that just helps protect the stream from hostile links and things like that. And when I first started Twitch, there was a lot of people who would get into other people's streams and just blatantly self-promote. And I don't know if it's happening as much as it used to, but it definitely happened a lot back then. And so just to not even have to worry about it, I just made it so that only mods. That way I wouldn't have to call anybody out or anything. Because anybody who posts has permission. And I like it like that. A little white. I think that the white reflection, like, it looks the best on these gems. I've been doing an off-white reflection. I don't like it as much. Let's do a white on these little, what are these things? Eldar are weird. Aren't they weird? Do my edge highlighting, sloppy edge highlighting. That's better. Okay. I would like to see what you're working on, Silvernail, so if somebody wants to post her link, as long as they're, I know you like to post the boobies, so no boobies, please. That's the only thing we have a family friendly. Let me take a peek. Looks like there's a post. Ooh, DeviantArt. Good, good. Let's look at, oh, that's awesome. Silvernail, I didn't know you had that model. I'm so excited to see you paint her. You've done a gorgeous job. All right, everybody go click on that link. Sword of Justice. It's the Kaylee model. I worked on her in Julio Cabos' class. I did a gold metallic, non-metallic, and Silvernail's done a silver. It looks really fantastic. Good job. It's not your first attempt. So what did it look like before? Did you have to, don't forget the twerking girl link. Okay, there we go. There's Lamunis's bust. And that is a bust, 100%. I just got done saying no boobies on Lamunis, and there you go. No, those are fine. I meant uncovered. So funny. All right, I'm just doing a little bit of light. There we go. That's much, much better. I don't want to finish this. I'm just meh. I'm eh on swords. I'll finish that off stream. Let's start this warlock. That's what we're here for. Your first attempt at gold looked like a peeled banana. Oh no. Well, I think gold is harder than steel, honestly. And I think you did a great job. J Crod, thank you for the cheer. Mad love, you're top on the board. Oh, that's right, we got a new board. Guys, if you take a peek in the chat, there's a cheer board. And I appreciate any cheers and any bits and anything that you guys do to help promote the stream. It really helps. Coleman Rising. Just go click on Lamunis's link that he just posted. It's two things right there. That's so funny. What was I going to show you? I can't remember. That's okay. We'll go back to the warlock. That's right. All right. I'm going to begin with this tan color first. I think it's the reason why I want to start with it is because it'll look best if I paint it first, and then if I paint the other colors over it, it'll look even more sharp. You don't think we hit the sub goal right now? Okay, so this bar up here, right here, this bar is wrong. I'm showing we have 142 out of 225 sub points. So we have not hit the goal. We're actually pretty far from it. I'm thinking about doing some other kind of goal instead of, ooh, this paint's drying on my wet palette. That's weird. I'm thinking about doing some other kind of goal so that we can shoot for it. Instead of a huge sub goal, we can shoot for small sub goals. What do you think about that? I know like Electric Eve has like, you know, she has I think a monthly goal of 3 subs or something like that. And we can do something like that. Aw, Canadian Painter, thank you for the follow. How you doing, Canadian Painter? So rather than shoot for a massive goal, especially since there's nothing in it for you guys really other than an emote. Which is great, but it's not like during September where you can possibly get another month for like half the price or something, right? We'll figure something out and we'll do a different kind of sub goal so that way we can work on improving the channel and also, ooh, I like that a lot. That looks nice. And also figure out a way to aw, Smashington86, thank you for the follow. We need to give some quick hypes for both of those people. Hold on. Smashington86. Woohoo! And then hype for, who's the other one? Canadian Painter. There we go. Thank you so much, guys. See you all on Wednesday. All right, Yardy Wolf, have a good one. We'll see you on Wednesday. See, he's got a lot of little pouches and stuff on him. Then I want to paint this tan color. And so here you can see how I already blobbed brown paint on it. And that way, when I paint over it, then it won't make a difference because I've already painted the brown satchels and everything. I'm going to try to paint each mini a little better than the last one. Right? Isn't that kind of like hashtag goals? And he's got a whole bunch of little, I don't know why he would have so many pouches on the back. How he would get to those. And each one of them is buttoned, which makes no sense. Weird. Maybe he has warlock magic to help him get to the pouches on the back. All right, ready? Now, like I said, I've always tried to paint toward the outside or the inside out. So now I'm going to use this black for the inside. Of all the Eldar goodness. Oh, I think this whole part here is supposed to be black or gray or whatever. That's better. And I'll go ahead and paint his face in later. Welcome. Oh my gosh, we've got another follower, the Casual Hobbyist. Thank you for the follow. Not really a goal on armies. You want to be consistent across all models except maybe high-level characters. That's true. That's true. I think I learned the most about painting watching me out of all the different... Oh, thank you, Arsenal. Well, so for me, because I don't paint armies a lot, if I can just use them armies as the practice, like I understand you want to have models consistent, but for me, my goals are different. So yeah, I'd say if you're a gamer and your goal isn't painting, then definitely get models consistent across the board. And then, so the trick is finding the shtick that's going to help you get that. That's what I have not figured out. Let me give some hype to the casual hobbyist. Is hobby. There we go. Wait, I'm spelling hobby wrong. There we go. Yay. Yeah, so for me, I just want to improve because these are all practice. I've got a whole bunch of Eldar that are Harlequins, and I want to be able to perfect my Eldar technique by the time I get to those Harlequins, because those, I shtick emote, yes, now, shtick. It's funny. So yeah. I want to check something. I got to look at I've got a picture of Eldar Warlock somewhere. Oh, where's my Eldar? There we go. Ah. Yeah, we'll put more dark in between the little... There's so many doodads on these guys. Eldar doodad, that should be a thing too. And the hands are black. Okay. And I'm very carefully painting around the hands because I don't want to have to repaint the spear, which I just finished. And he's got a ring on. I just noticed he has a ring. So you guys, I've been uploading all of the paint along videos to YouTube. So they're up, they're just not put into the playlist just yet. I gotta do that. And so yeah, that is up though. So if you wanna watch those, they're kind of all out of order. Once I get them into the playlist, they'll be in a correct order, everything. You'll be able to find them all together. I'm excited about that. And I think I'm going to paint his feet black too. He's got some sandals on, some kind of Eldar sandals. I don't know if that's a thing, Eldar sandals. Eldar doodads, Eldar sandals. Oops, I just got some on the... There we go. All right, good. He's all set. Now I'm going to get the base. That looks better already. Okay. I am going to go with let's see what I've used for Eldrad. He's got the best cloak. So I went with purple to turquoise to bright, light turquoise, and then I've got a magenta over the purple there. So I think I'll start with my purple, which I was using, where is it? Not that one. Oh, here it is. This is the purple I was using, Eldandel Violet, which is a scale 75 color. All right, let me take a look at chat. So this is, like I said, the shtick. Stretch, yep, so let's have a stretch. Thank you so much for reminding me. All right, everybody get up, stretch your back, stretch, don't get stiff, don't get old, Oh, it feels so good. Stretch. I don't know about you guys, but I messed up my shoulder. I'm going to go get a back massage. The reason why my shoulder is messed up is because I've got some tight muscles in my shoulder blade on my left side. It's messing everything up all the way down. Even my, I've read that carpal, plantar fasciitis can actually be caused by tight shoulder muscles. So I think that's actually, my whole left side is all messed up. I don't know if it's because I'm not stretching enough, which means you need to get up and stretch too. Nomadic Chris, how's everybody? Everybody's good, I think. We're doing good. Thank you so much. Welcome. He said, yes, just last week the Warlock, you mean hence the ring. Ah, okay. All right, I'm going to switch back to the painting part. All right, let's go to the purple that I have. And I'm just going to go ahead and all of the dark spots that he's already got that are painted black right now with the primer, I'm going to go ahead and put the purple in for sure. Like I'm pre-shading everything. See that? And it looks really beautiful because purple makes a really great shadow color. You know, it always looks almost darker than black. There's something about purple that makes it look darker. There we go. See, and now that I already have all the browns in, I don't have to worry about painting over that. I'm using the shadowing of the existing primer to help me. There we go. Good enough, right? Is that good enough? Oh, and this whole back of this collar, I forgot. That is also going to be purple. All right, let's look at the front. Go ahead and paint most of this purple with, we'll go ahead and, I gotta take glasses off, so if you want to get my attention, put at Shoshie's Minis so I see your question. Again, I'm painting from the inside out, so that way I don't need to go over it and over it and over it. So Arsenal, what is it about this channel that makes you feel like you learn a lot? Is it just how I describe things? I like to find out. I like feedback because I like to know, what am I doing right? What do you want to see more of? There's always room for improvements. I want to get my content really, really better this year. I know it's, you know, it's decent, but I want to really make a strong effort to improve content across the board. So you'll notice that I'm not hyping my Twitch channel nearly as much on social media, because what I was finding was that I was hyping it so much that all my other content was getting buried in it. It needs to only be like a third of what I'm actually doing. And what happens is new people come along and they see, oh, she's just a Twitch streamer. They don't get to see my other stuff. So I'm going to slow down hyping it as much. All right, I'm getting in there with those shadows, same as I did on the front, on the back. And they don't have to be, I need to glaze it a little bit more. They don't need to be super, super obvious, because I'm going to be blending this in with the turquoise in a minute. Okay. See what I done? Now I'm going to use that turquoise. I've got the turquoise already on my palette right here. Let me check chat because I can tell that people are talking. Awesome, Troll Bloods. I love Troll Bloods. Just describing what you're doing and why you're doing it. Awesome. Instagram stories is good for alerts and upcoming shows, and then your gallery. Exactly. And I think Flickster is the one that taught me that. And I'm going to be doing that a lot more. Miss Havage Dinner says, I'd like to jump in on this. What you're doing, right. Your mini is close so you can see what you're doing. You talk through everything you do and why. You're down to earth and humble. Oh, thank you so much. And we feel comfortable with you. That's good. Yes, I want you guys to know that I don't think of myself as better than any painter. We're all on the same train. We're just in different cars, right? Like if you go back and look at my older stuff, you know, I've just been working on this a long time, but I kind of, oh, look at how beautiful. I'm really happy with that. I do get jazzed about my own work when I'm hitting it. I feel like this is the shtick that I want. I want a mini to paint itself. I don't want to have to fight it the whole time. That's good. And see, now I can go in with the purple a little bit and feather it into the rest of the mini. And what the purple does, it mixes with that turquoise a little bit, and it makes a kind of a pretty dark blue. Except for I put too much purple. There we go. There we go. That's nice. I like that. I really appreciate the feedback, Miss Half Damage, and all of you guys who are telling me what's working. And feel free to tell me what's not working. I mean, like, I can't get better if I don't know. And then don't feel afraid. Like you said, I'm humble. I can take it. I know that everything I do is not perfect. So if you want to tell me something you want to see me do better, please do. I could probably get a different camera and that you can see, so that you could see even better. Because I know that my camera is not the best. And I definitely love investing your Twitch money into improving the stream. That's my favorite thing to do. When you guys do donations and things like that, that's exactly what I'll do. I'll think about, okay, how can I improve the stream with the stuff that they've helped me out with? There we go. I feel like I lost a little bit of contrast, but that's okay. We can get it back. And Lewis says, I'd really love to see you do a basic series on YouTube, like your blending techniques on a larger scale, where you explain the depth on the technique. You explain what you're doing, and it really helps you understand and learn. That's a good idea. You know, I've been thinking about doing a YouTube series, just short stuff. And I've also been thinking about kind of doing like almost like a vlog, where I kind of talk about my business and working, you know, like that. I don't know if somebody would be interested in that, but it might be too much work for me, actually. I don't know. You paint that right over the purple, and look what happens. It shifts it, and it no longer looks like purple with that turquoise layer on it. It looks like a blue, which is perfect. I like that. Ha ha ha. That's why you sub, Cajun Mage. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you guys explain what I'm doing and why. Think your camera's good? Okay, good. You learned a lot from me. You're the first person to teach you skin tones. Well, not directly, but through streams. Awesome. Some camera angles. Oh, good. I'm glad you've never gotten vertigo here. I don't watch a lot of other people's streams too much, I'll be honest, so I don't know what other people's camera angles have done. I'm glad that you guys don't get vertigo. There we go. I like how watercolory that looks. Let's do a little bit of edge. Okay, now a little bit of this ivory is going to go into the turquoise. This is where we pop it because I'm going for this like light to dark finish. This is going to be tricky. Start at the bottom. And I'm going to see how I'm flicking it over the edges of those fabric folds, and then I can wet blend a little bit of this turquoise back into it to smooth it. Wet blend, wet blend, wet blend. That's not terrible. A little bit more turquoise this time, because I want the bottom of this cloak to be the lightest aspect, and then I'm going to go back and put more purple up here. Hey Rubbish Booty, how's it going? There we go. That looks good. I like that. Now I'm going to take a little bit of this pink, and only on the highlights. Pop that out a little bit. Oh no, do you see what I did? We need to go back and paint. There we go, that's better. More of this, you know what? I have a magenta somewhere. Where is it? Magenta. Bloodfresh, is it Bloodfresh Crimson? Or is it Haster Purple? Is almost a magenta. Let me try some of that. Oh no, maybe that's not. Might have to go back. Let's try it. Oh yeah, it's a little bit purpley. Ooh, that's what it needed. I just got more on my little backpacks, or whatever he's got back here, his fanny pack. I know you guys in Britain don't say fanny pack, you say bum bag. That's his bum bag. There we go. Your local hobby store is closing. Oh no, I'm sorry, Rubbish. That stinks. Hobby stores have a hard time these days because they can't compete with like places like Amazon, and everybody orders online. I really like, can you guys see that magenta on top of that purple? That looks awesome. I'm really happy with that. Get the water. It would be nice if the paint bottles weren't in the frame. Oh, really? Seeing the mini from one angle and the paints can be rough for people on vision issues. I didn't know that. Okay, I can help with that. Let's get those out. That mess with you. You see, I'm such a messy person. I keep everything on my desk at the same time. There we go. All right. Get that bottle out of there. Yay. No, that's really good feedback. I appreciate that, Cajun Majesty. Now, that's something I wouldn't know. Good info. The paint bottles never, yeah, everybody's different, but like, what's awesome to know about that information that I didn't know before is that, like, really the people who it doesn't bother them, it's not going to bother them for it to be gone. This way I can have it out of the frame for the people who it does bother, right? All right, now the purple, we got to glaze a little bit of this purple over it so that we smooth it. I really like that pink in that. Okay. I'm using my purple as an edge highlighter here, and I'm going to just go in here and underline these little bum bags. That looks good to me. Woo! Oh my gosh, thank you for the tip. Wow, Ludo's Paint's Bad. Thank you so much. Over the top. Thank you. Yarp looks super nice. Wet blending is I love wet blending. It's just super easy for me. And I think, you know who's the queen of wet blending is Electric Eve. If you want to really see look at that. Oh, I love that. That's just where the edge is ultra bright. Now, see guys, I feel like I've found my shtick. I found my groove. This is where I'm getting into the zone. Much better. I love the contrast right here with the bright ivory up against that teal. That makes me happy. Let's do a little bit of teal with this pink and see what happens. There we get some contrast. Ooh, I like it. So far, this has been my favorite. Smooth that in there. All right, you know how you get to that spot where you don't want to touch it because you don't want to mess it up. Go back in here and perfect these little bags. Take a little ivory. There's some little buttons on the back of these bags. I'm going to highlight those. Good enough. Oh, dang it. I had some dirty paint in my brush and I completely messed that up. There we go, that's better. Let's get the edge of this sleeve here with the ivory. Oh, I'm happy with that, really happy. See, this is what I want to go back and do all the rest like this. I give myself more work every time. All right, let's just finish this here. Go do the wet blend the bottom of this robe. And then get that turquoise in there to wet blend it in. So I'm just adding paint as I go, see? Now I don't have my glasses on, which actually can help me sometimes because it helps me see where I need to blend it and where it's not blended. That looks good to me. Just a little bit more blending in here. All right, give me 1 second. I'll check chat. Ooh, I like that. Tipping is through Streamlabs. Yep, exactly. I think the way tipping works, I get all of it. Subs, I only get a portion of. So if you tip me $5, I get 100% of that. But if you sub to me for Twitch Prime or for $4.99, I only get part of that. So obviously I love tips. But I love subs as well because Twitch rewards streamers with subs in other ways. There's a lot less panicking when you paint versus when I paint. Oh, really? Are you sure? Maybe you don't know my inner dialogue. I panic sometimes. Do I have any Space Marines? Space Marines are difficult because they're a lot less organic. So it's a little bit harder to wet blend on them, but I can. We'll work on that for another time. I like that idea for a project though. Obviously I like Eldar because they're organic and I do better with Son of a Fantasy than a, you know, hard sci-fi thing. All right, get in there with the turquoise now. Notice I'm not wiping my brush off in between colors. I'm just adding more to it of one color or the next that I want to blend. So like now I'm adding more of the turquoise or the white, sorry, the off-white. And then now I'm going to add a little bit of turquoise. I'm keeping it on my brush, so you just go back and forth. More turquoise, a little purple. Ooh, that's too much purple. That's when I clean off my brush and I go back and I try to blend it in together. That doesn't look too bad. Let's do a little off-white on the top. And a little off-white down here. What did I do? I had the magenta. Let's do the magenta. This is the Haster purple. Love it, love it, love it. Love those colors. Woo! Cold Moon Rising says, I just saw a Reddit thread about the difference between tips and cheers. So if you're all about having your name on the cheerleader board, then you cheer and Twitch gets a portion of that money that you cheered with. Tips, as Shoshie said, she gets 100% of the tip. or at least close to 100% in other cases if you, and you get funny GIF to show off for it. Yeah, yeah, I do have a GIF. Yeah, that GIF is cute. For a second I was like, do I have a GIF? Yeah, I do. All right, I'm going in here with my pink. I need to adjust because I need to repeat what I'm doing across the whole robe. It's like I'm going back and forth between that Haster purple and this bright pink. I'm painting over stuff that's going to get painted, like his little breastplate thing, that's going to get painted later. So it's okay that I got paint on it because, like I said, it's gonna get touched up. There we go. Okay, now this is the part where I go back and I touch everything up, like the browns, olive browns got paint on them. I've got to fix all of that. Like that. Okay. And since this is like a non-metallic gold, I'm going to go ahead and put the brown on these little doodads down here that he's got. You can always make them lighter later. Okay, I'll go ahead and paint his shoulder pads. That same brown color. You know what? I may just, I'm going to try and experiment. I'm going to paint everything with this off, it's like an ochre color. And then we'll highlight with the yellow instead of fight it later. I actually really like that color against that bright so much better too. This might make things a lot easier on me. Figure out the shtick. Okay. I really like that. Actually, it looks really good next to those purples. And just go ahead and sticking purple into the deep crevices so that I clean up the brown now. Okay, let me check chat. Well, there's a lot of it. Oh my goodness. The hobbyist says, cool, thanks. I'm currently working on recessed shades and edge highlights ability with your ultramarines. Perfect. Will help you, hopefully. Okay, then a lot of my internal dialogue while painting is someone running up and down the hall, hands in the air, screaming. Even though it turns out good, there's usually at least 5 times. I feel that way. I feel that way too. And look, I often find evidence of where I've messed it up as well. See that? This one I'm feeling really good about. Sometimes you get in a groove and you finally figure out what you're doing. And that's when I get really happy. Because then once you have a groove, a shtick, whatever, then going back And doing it on another model is so much easier. That's my biggest challenge when I'm painting a gaming model that is for a game. If it's just for display, I'm just painting that model. It doesn't matter what the rest of them look like, right? They don't look the same across the board. And I don't have to fight with it. This brown is drying on my palette, which is frustrating. He's kind of got a Bert and Ernie head, or, you know, like a... And then when I get it yellow, it'll look even more Bert-like. All right, I want advice for the ponytail. What color? I'll give you some choices. We've got the magenta, we've got more turquoise, and we've got, I don't know, what else do you think would look good for the ponytail? Maybe another contrasting color, or maybe just a color that goes with what we've already got. I'll show you what my other guys look like. I think maybe, I don't know, maybe a hot yellow for the ponytail, or here's this guy. That one is not my favorite. This one is my favorite. Really like him. Although this one is becoming my favorite so far of all the guys I've painted. Let me see what you guys have to say. It's a Make It Rain gif. Oh, yeah. It is cute. The figure looks like it could benefit from some well-placed, tiny, googly eyes. Yes. I think this brush is ready for the demolition pile. Oh no, I hate it when the magenta, green, and make the doodad details match. Okay. So far my doodad details on this guy have been turquoise, which I really, like I said, I really like that gem right there. I want all my gems to look like that. And that one actually looks pretty good too. Maybe, yeah. I think magenta would look good on it, and then the doodads can be turquoise. That way there's not too much turquoise everywhere. I'm happy with this brown though. I think it looks really good next to the bright hot colors. Like it felt like before, like Eldrad, he looks good, but until I painted those bags this brown color, it was just too many hot colors. You needed that desaturated color to contrast it. There we go. Here's a gun. Okay, now, what happens if I put my yellows in here now? I gotta thin this out, because yellow gets real chalky really fast. I'm trying to keep it thin. Oh, I like that. That's pretty. Again, I'm edge highlighting with this yellow. That looks good. And the yellow is contrasting with that purple, which is looking good. With a small mini, it's all about your contrast. So far, I slowed down a little bit. Did you guys notice that? I slowed down a little bit, which is rare for me. And I get impatient with myself, and then I speed up again. I was noticing, I was watching my paint along of the Elizabeth bust, and that one of those, either the first video, and I'm painting so fast. And I was like, oh man, I wish I could redo that video, because I think I might be painting too fast for people. But we'll see. Hopefully people will like it anyway. Okay. Little doodads. That looks, so far this is the best one of all of them. We talked about how Eldar have a gem and then they have a bump. And the bump has, the Eldar gem has like a little ring around it. And the bump just is a bump. Need more Warlord purple. Okay, let's do the ponytail with the Warlord purple. I think he's right. Yeah, that feels good. He's like, I will shoot you and look good with the ponytail. These will have a, this way the Harlequins can't show everybody up, because they'll be, I just noticed that the wet palette is causing all my paints to glaze out and be thinner, which is not bad, but it also means I need to pick up more pigment when I dip it in the paint. Did I get it all? Oh, see when you turn it over and it's like all needs paint. And I'm going to put some purple on this underside as a shade color. That looks good already. Same thing on this side. Wow, awesome. Yay! Hoping to start Elizabeth next weekend. And the one is, feel free to shoot me photos as you're doing it. Any of you guys, feel free to do that on my Facebook page. Let me know what you guys, if you need any help with anything, if you have questions, because, you know, with the paint along, it's maybe not as easy to see like where I need to explain something a little more. Why am I touching all over it? I do have holders. Where are my holders? Hold on, I can do this. I think I just got lazy. I've got these holders. This one broke off a little bit. See how it broke off? Cork is delicate, but it still fits in there really nice. There we go. Ta-da! Yay. Awesome. Thank you, Super Sarah. I'm going to give you some points for making me... They can tell... Oh, that's the Eldar soul. I thought the gems contain the souls. What do the bumps contain? Are they like growing? Are they Eldar eggs? I'm going to give Sarah some points for helping remind me to eat. Or not remind me to eat. I do need to eat, but helping to remind me to put this holder on here. Oh my gosh. Super Sarah 1313. There we go. Oh, I didn't give you anything. Dang it. There we go, 5 points. That worked. You know me, just caused trouble. No, you helped. It only causes trouble. I mean, very rarely do any of you cause trouble. I'm very happy to have this some of the best people on Twitch who watch me. You guys are just the most awesome followers I could ask for. I'm very happy. That's another reason why I want to do this crazy giveaway when I do it, because I have such great followers. There we go. All right, flip it to the front. I'm gonna take my brush, the edge of it, with this ivory and a little bit of this magenta. I'm gonna mix it on my palette. It's lighter than my magenta. I'm gonna hit these strands, hopefully. See that? That looks really good. And if I feel like it's too bright, I can go back and hit it with some magenta and kick it down a little bit. But I'm really liking that. That looks good. Let's take a little bit of magenta so you can see what I mean when I say, yeah, I can kick it down, but it's still nice and bright. Perfect. A little bit more ivory again. Oh, I'm very happy with that. Now, let's do some more work on this gold. This is the Scruffulous brown that I'm using now. Just so that things don't look chalky, it's a little bit more satin and it looks better. And this is the yellow again. I want that nice and opaque. Opaque. That brown works really well as a base too. More yellow. Try to get these little spots around the edge of these gems. Okay, let's do the gem in the middle. Hold on one second. I will check chat, and I'm gonna put the black. This is the negro gray that I used on the base. See that? Do all the gems now. A little bit. I'm going to put a little bit of purple in it because I feel like it will be shinier. There, that, oh man, that looks great. Also, that matte next to that shiny looks really good. And again, I don't know why, but purple just looks more, it looks more black than in black when it's dark. Little bitty gems. And of course I'm missing a couple, because I always miss a couple on the shoulders right here. That looks good. Whew. Let me take a look at chat. True story. Yes, I'm gonna be painting a lot of KDM in the near future. I'm hoping anyway. All right, let's do the ivory on the yellow, because I think that's gonna make it pop out. And I'm just gonna go on the edges. If I need more, all the little points, all the little spots where the metal ends, I'm adding that ivory. There we go. Just imagining that if this were light, where would the light rest? Where would the light hit? It would go on all the corners for sure. That looks good. That's better. And then I mixed a little bit of the, just the ivory with the yellow. Because I want, this is the hard part here. I feel pretty good about this. I feel like it's gone a little bit beyond tabletop finally. Not much, but a little bit. Oh, I'm happy. A little bit of this scrofulous because it's looking a little chalky. I feel like that brings back the yellow to be a little bit more contrasty. I don't like chalky yellows. Nope. Okay, let me take a look at chat. Woo! Got water on my glasses. Those colors are popping. Good, I'm happy. That is what was wanting the whole time, was popping colors. All right, so I'm gonna use a little bit of the purple and a little bit of white. Nope, that's not right. How about a little black and a little bit, yeah, let's use gray. And I'm gonna just, so the Eldar, he looks, we need to highlight his black. And I'm using the gray to do it, and it looks pretty good so far, so keep going on the hands. Yep, that looks pretty nice. And then I don't know what to, I was doing green for the eyes, but I think I'm gonna do turquoise for this guy. I'm going to put the light turquoise in his eyes. And then I'll add a little white. You can't see it. Little ivory. Sorry, ivory, not white. All right, that sort of works. Good enough. Now, ivory for the little doodads again. And a little yellow. Like I said, this is not exactly non-metallic metal, so don't use this as a non-metallic metal guide because it's more of a quasi yellow. It's like a bone, dirty yellow bone color. That works, and I forgot he's got little more doodads on the side of his head. Eldar doodads. Okay. I'm going to take a little bit of this purple that's on my brush, and I'm just going to go in between. There we go. It's just like a shadow highlight or shadow. Aw, thank you for the subscription. Ash Cataline, 4 months. Whoop whoop. Thank you so much. Let's give some hype. Definitely hype. Did it work? There we go. Thank you so much. Colors are awesome. Thank you. Let's try some white because I feel like it's still missing just that little bit of contrast, and maybe it's white that's causing it to have that, and that because the ivory looks good, it's just not, doesn't pop. Anywhere there's a little point where the metal. Oh, that looks good. That white really helps. You could really spend forever on an Eldar. All right, that's as much as I want to spend on that. Let's try the. Did we say magenta or did we say, we said turquoise for the gems. All right, I'm picturing the gem. This is how I paint gems. I'm going to show you my little thing here. So I've got my little gem. Let's make it bigger so you can see better. Here's my gem. Let's use a little purple. Okay, let that dry, or not. Make sure it's a shiny, and then I'm gonna put my turquoise in here, and notice I make it like a crescent, and because it's wet blending itself, I don't need to worry. And then over here, same thing. It's a crescent. See how that's wet blending itself, and ideally, wet blending is the way you wanna do gems. So maybe a little flow improver or a little drying retarder, I'm not sure. Then take a little bit of this ivory, and you're just gonna do one of these deals like a net again, and see how it's wet blending itself. Make that, and then this part you don't really want blended. This part you just want a solid dot up in the black area. Looks like eyes. And then white, that was ivory, what I used before. You can do another little dot, 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 not a lot. That's how I was taught to paint gems. Again, I'm not good at it. Not my favorite thing. I'm gonna try a little drying retarder. I've got a little bit in my brush pen that Julio taught me about. Let's put a little bit on here. See what happens. Ah, thank you for the follow. Jolt, welcome. Let's do some hype. Hype for Jolt. And with a 0, right? Oosh. Woohoo! You could spend forever on this bus. Yes, that's why I tried to do a kind of a pared down version of that bus, because it is, notice it's still got the flow aid on there. So hopefully this will work. It's not bad. I actually like that. That's not bad. Now I'm going to do that little reflection, tiny reflection. Not terrible. And I'm going to take a little bit of that. This time I'm going to put a little drop of flow improver on my palette so I can dip my brush into it. And then I can add a little bit of that color in there. That looks good. Putting it on all of my little gems. Putting more flow aid on my palette. I like that. Do my little dots. Not bad. One of the things you gotta always do after you finish a gem is put that gloss gel on it, or whatever gloss, lamium medium. That'll make it shiny. Also, the lamium medium will help you blend. It'll help it blend in your eye better. So let me try that with some lamium medium. I put it in a dropper bottle. Now this might not take the place. Actually, you can use this instead of the flow aid if you don't have flow aid. Oh, that looks good. That looks really good. I'm going to try this lamium medium on some of this other stuff. Maybe I'll be able to blend better. Sometimes I forget that I have tools that I can use to help me. Like, I don't use mediums that often, and then I forget that I can use a medium and I don't have to fight stuff so much. Oh my gosh, guys, What am I doing with my life? I'm wasting my time not using Lamia Medium. Holy cow, look at how beautiful that blend is. Okay, let's try it with the lighter colors and see what happens. Here's the Lamia Medium. I'm going to put it right on the model. And then I'm going to use the ivory. And see what wet blending happens with the Lamia Medium. Turquoise. Oh, it's so gorgeous. Look at that. Well, now I figured out the secret. You've seen it here, folks. Mediums. Mediums are your friend when it comes to blending. Don't try to reinvent the wheel like me. Oh my God. I'm kicking myself. I'm kicking myself. I don't like, and if you're a brush licker, don't lick it because it is mediums. Okay, last little bit over here. It definitely makes it dry less fast, for sure. I'm really annoyed with myself for not doing something like this sooner. All right, that's it. That was the main lesson of the day. Monday breakthrough. I know. Lamium is just a glazing medium. I know, but you know what? I forget to use it. I like fight it. So this is a glazing medium too. This is just Flow Aid. And it does the same thing pretty much. It's just that Lamia Medium is, oh, I like that. Okay, now I'm getting it it's too muddy. I'm losing my beautiful contrast. All right, stop it, Shosh, stop. Oh my goodness, it's way past 4:30. You guys, I was in the flow. So this is a brush pen. It is by Pentel. You can get these, a watercolor brush pen. You can get them in my profile. Down on the bottom, there's a link to my Amazon affiliate account. So if you do buy through there, I get a little bit of a kickback because it's just a huge help to me. By the way, those gems came out better than my gems on here. There is Flow Aid from Jack's True Flow, and at 50% Flow Aid, 50% water. And you can get all of those things on my profile page. You can get Lamia Medium from Citadel. It's really easy to find, so. Hey, I'm still on. Protomaker, yes, I was in a zone and we got caught up in some blending, and so we're about ready to switch over to find somebody awesome to host. Hang on one second. All right. Give me 1 second. I want you guys all to stick around. There we go. Now, let's find somebody cool to host. What we're going to do is exclamation point Mad Love. If you have my emotes, you can use my emotes. If you don't, use this, copy and paste it. It's to help everybody so we can raid, create a big hullabaloo. So when we are raiding, we're going to draw lots of attention. That's the whole goal. So let's see. Maharoon is on. What is she doing? Key Lime is on. Let's host Maroon. She's also blending right now. She's blending brown and green together. Holy cow. She's doing a good job. We're going to host her. Okay, let's see. Maroon. There she is. She's going to be really happy. All right, guys, mad love. Thank you so much. We'll be back on Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. Central, GMT -6, and I will see you guys then. Bye.